My parents threw a huge party for my brother's engagement. When I opened my gift, it was a notice for my upcoming court hearing. "You should be grateful," my mom smirked. I grabbed my stuff and walked out without a word. A week later, they called, frantic. "Please, we didn't mean it." I'm the youngest of two. My older brother Silas is 30. To my parents, he's always been the star. Natural charm, perfect smile, could do no wrong. Even when he messed up, there was always an excuse. I was the responsible one, followed the rules, did well in school, built a stable IT career. But stability wasn't exciting. After moving out at 23, I visited for holidays but felt like a visitor. Even when I fixed their router or brought food, it barely earned a nod. Silas practically lived at their place despite having his own apartment, always eating their food, borrowing their car. They never mentioned he was coasting without paying rent while I budgeted for my mortgage. 2 months ago, Silas announced his engagement. Mom called asking if I could help set up decorations for a surprise dinner. I showed up early. The backyard looked like a magazine spread. Twinkling lights, white and gold balloons, elegant banner, catering truck, and hired servers. As usual, I made myself useful. Strung lights, carry chairs, set tables. No one acknowledged it. Dad gave me a short nod. That was it. When guests arrived, I faded into the background. Old family friends walked past me to hug Silas. One mistook me for staff. After the meal, Mom stood and tapped her glass. She talked about love and family and how proud she was of Silas. And we also have something for our other son who's made some big decisions lately. People turned to look at me. She walked toward me with a thick envelope. My stomach twisted. "We wanted to support you in your next chapter," she said loudly. I opened it and everything stopped. Legal papers, dense text, official font, notice of civil claim filed on behalf of Angela and Martin. They were suing me for long-standing financial obligations incurred during the period of dependency. They wanted me to pay them back for my upbringing, housing, food, school costs, medical bills, clothes. There was a line about uncompensated emotional labor, page after page of itemized costs. Around us, people whispered. Leona, his fiancé, looked stunned. Silas froze mid-smile. "What is this?" Mom's smile didn't falter. "It's just a formality. This is a way to make things even." Even? As if I hadn't spent my life working twice as hard for half the acknowledgement? I looked at Dad. He just stood there, silent, couldn't meet my eyes. One woman in the back was laughing softly, thinking it was a joke. I folded the papers into the envelope. Without a word, I walked out. No one followed. Weeks passed before I got an email from their lawyer. I didn't reply. I hired my own lawyer and filed a countersuit for emotional distress and financial manipulation. I gathered everything, texts, emails, documents proving what they'd taken. I made sure the filing was public. The last thing they wanted was their friends knowing. 2 weeks later, I picked up when Mom called. "Is this a joke? We never meant to go this far." "You made it go this far. I've tried for years to make you proud, and all I got was manipulation." "Silence. This is not the way you treat us. No, this is how you treat me. You've always put Silas above me. I'm done. This will tear this family apart." I thought that already happened. I hung up. We reached a settlement meeting. They walked in defeated. Mom's face was tight. Dad looked like he'd aged 10 years. "I don't want money," I said. "I want you to understand that what happened was cruel, and I want you to acknowledge that publicly." Mom's face flushed. "We never meant to hurt you." "You did. You took advantage of me for years. I want an official public apology. I want everyone who assumed you were a perfect family to know the truth." "You can't do this," Dad said. "It'll ruin everything." "You mean the image? You built your reputation on manipulation. That's over." My lawyer passed a folder across. Inside was a drafted statement, an honest admission. The manipulation, the exploitation, the favoritism, it would be shared with everyone and posted on the family group page Mom used constantly. They stared at the folder. Finally, they nodded. When the apology went live, everything shifted. Some relatives reached out saying they'd always suspected something. Others left the group quietly. Silas messaged, "You've changed. You're not the same person who used to beg for approval." I don't like it. He was right. I had changed. I didn't respond. Months passed. I focused on work and real friendships. I didn't get the apology I deserved growing up, but I got something better.